We're going to get things started with the day card. We have an elimination MMA bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the featherweight division. Introducing first out of the blue corner, Isaiah Garcia.
Fight fans, I am JR Gordon, joined by UFC fighter Drew Dober. We'll be calling the action for you here on the day card at Sparta 17 The Day Show. We've got a great 13 action-packed bouts for you. 7 MMA fights, 4 boxing bouts, and 2 Muay Thai fights. No matter what your pleasure, we got something that's going to tickle your fancy. Drew, you got a fight coming up pretty soon. How's that going for you?
Oh, it's going great. Training has been hard, but it's been fun. So now I get to enjoy these guys' hard work.
Excellent. Our first fighter, or rather our first fight of the night, is going to be an elimination MMA fight taking place at 145 pounds. That's the featherweight division.
Nothing's like starting violence at 1 p.m. and it's an all-day festival.
We appreciate you guys joining us for the day show. We also have an evening card. Starts at 6 o'clock. Todd Romero will be joining us in the broadcast booth to that. Isaiah No Sauce Garcia making his way into the cage. Take it up, Stewie.
His opponent out of the red corner, Brandon Waters.
In the cage, Isaiah Garcia. He is a striker, 20 years old, making his debut this evening, 6 feet 1 inches tall, 142 pounds. His opponent, Brandon Waters, the elder at 29 years old. He's a grappler, also making his debut, 5 feet 9 inches tall, 144 pounds. Mr. Garcia, representative of CS MMA, facing off against the Genesis fighter, Brandon Waters.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an elimination MMA bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the Macaroni Fort blue corner. He's a striker making his debut, standing 6 foot 1 inches tall. He weighed in at 142 pounds with Says MMA from Colorado Springs, Colorado, Isaiah No Sauce Garcia! His opponent, fighting out of the Twin Peaks red corner. He's a grappler making his debut, standing 5 foot 9 inches tall. He weighed in at 144 pounds with Genesis Training Academy from Denver, Colorado, Brandon El Cabron Waters. Referee Oscar Martinez.
Garcia with a 5-inch height advantage, lists himself as the striker. Let's see if he does what we would predict and keep this fight on the outside, especially versus an opponent that lists himself as a grappler.
Touch them up. Back to your corners, please.
Definitely see Garcia using this range, that reach advantage.
Touch of gloves, and we are off to punchy kicky time.
Waters are showing that he can also stand up and trade.
Kick heavy game early for Garcia.
Big shot landed for Waters. Doing a good job of pressing and keeping the action in the center. Great question mark kick by Garcia and followed up with a takedown of his own.
So much to our surprise, Garcia put it on the ground, but
Waters
Waters
has a really tight guillotine right
the
now.
guillotine has great hand position. That is very tight.
Oh,
And there's
there
the
it goes.
tap. Just that quick. Mr. Brandon Waters gets the victory in his MMA debut. Wraps up the guillotine from the bottom. Wow, he had that in deep, Drew.
And the way he had his hand position, it was practically impossible to get out
I
of it.
was going to say there was no escape for that. Got to be able to breathe out your ears to get out of that choke.
Garcia was doing a really good job after that question mark kick. I think the single leg follow-up was the most intelligent move.
And we're checking it out on the replay. There's the tap, and you can see just how deep that choke was in. And yeah, that question mark kick, that landed solid. I was actually surprised it didn't have more effect on Waters, but he kind of walked right through it. All right, Stewie's in the cage, and he's got the official time.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee Oscar Martinez called a stop to this bout 45 seconds into the first round, declaring your winner with the guillotine choke, Brendan El Cabron Waters!
Congratulations, Mr. Waters and the Genesis training team. Opening up the card in style.